I need to take these glasses off so I can see. They make everything pink. All right, let's go. Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching live with LWL, Lindsay with love, and today is Friday. I'm like, what day is it? Where am I? Friday, February 14th, 2025. I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet, and I do that by reminding you how powerful you are as an energetic, spiritual being. You came to this planet to master your energy and manifest the crap out of your life. So hang out with me, and I will help you release your limiting beliefs and reprogram your subconscious mind so you can actually win. Welcome to the show. Oh, that was good. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. I'm late to my own show this morning, you guys. I'm sorry for that. At the very last minute this morning at around 10:02, right when I'm like getting ready, like I'm getting my coffee and I'm getting my water and I'm doing my castor oil, my partner texts me and says, we forgot to get your mom and your grandma flowers. And I was like, oh crap. So I'm online, I'm like, get the flowers, get them delivered. So that's why I'm a little bit late to my own show. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm always in divine order. Good morning, Tony. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Yeah, if you could like the live, it really does help tell people that I'm here. Did everybody else get the notification that TikTok is now back in the App Store? I let my people inside Cosmic Collective know that because people were like, how, like, I can't reload, I can't become a VIP, I can't subscribe. And I put a ticket into TikTok yesterday and I was like, my subscribers cannot subscribe. They subscribe on desktop, it doesn't transfer. They're trying to subscribe on my lives, it doesn't work. This is getting very frustrating. And now, all of a sudden, TikTok is back in action. Did everybody get the notice? And if you didn't, now you know. Okay, let me open up my notes. Oh, you guys, I'm gonna share with you what happened to me yesterday and see if we can like grab some like learnings from it and understand it. You did get the notice. Thank you, Tony. Thanks for that. Tony, how are you feeling? Ah, Tony, it's your birthday. Everybody, say happy birthday to Tony in the chat. It is Tony's birthday today. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Good morning, VIP Deborah is in the house. Happy Valentine's Day. Lala's in the house. There we go. Some of my people are in the chat. Is it lagged? Is everybody still sleeping? Are people like, we're not going to go on TikTok today because we're celebrating love with our lovers? Like, what's going on? Where is everybody? Where is everybody? We have a little bit more from the show from yesterday. Happy birthday, Tony. What a wonderful day to have a birthday. All the love. Yes, I believe that, right? VIP Deborah says, I love that. I think it's a little bit lagged. Amber, happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to the chat. Jen is in the house. Hey, Jen. Thank you. I feel so much better. You ladies are powerful and I appreciate the energy. Tony, I was like, in my mind, I was like, Tony will absolutely feel better by Friday. I just know. And also give yourself credit because you probably did some inner work, which was, I am healthy. I feel great. I'm going to honor my energy and rest. I feel great. I feel healthy, right? And you take those mantras and you start sharing them with yourself. You're great. I'm great. Life is good. Everything's good, right? VIP Deborah says, was able to download the app again this morning, so I have it on my phone again, so wonderful. Yay! VIP Catherine is in the house. VIP Catherine, did you see my notes to you this morning? I said, TikTok's back. You manifested it, girl. Cosmic Collective members are manifesting. VIP Catherine manifested TikTok coming back. She said, by Monday, TikTok will be back in shape, back to normal. You're just at school listening. Well, TikTok is back in action. You just saw it. Okay, good, VIP Catherine. And Amber says, I'm going to have a great Valentine's. My love finally came along. It took a minute. Ooh, that's so exciting, Amber. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Okay, so I'm a little bit just like, I had not the best sleep last night. I was up at like 4 in the morning. I don't co-host, so whoever's inviting me, can you stop doing that? I can't click the button either. Stop. No, thank you. I'm wearing my favorite shirt today. Babes support babes. Oh, I love that. Very cute. I know, I should put my pink glasses back on now that I'm live. Life is good. I love these glasses. I don't wear them nearly enough. I kind of need to get them sized, I think, a little. They're a little bit loose. So if I get them sized, I think I'll wear them more often. I love them. Yesterday was like a weird day. I think I got double whammied with the full moon energy because I have Leo starting 2 of my houses. I have what's called intercepted and duplicated signs. Very cute, thank you. 5:30 a.m. walking, ran into a dead deer. Scared me. Oh my gosh, Lala. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, there. Good, blocked. Okay. Rookie, of course, wanted to sniff it. Oh, your doggy? Yeah, of course. Animals are so curious, right? Especially about other animals. So I think I got a double whammy, you guys, with the full moon. Because the Leo starts my 2nd and 3rd house. Let's take a deep breath. I forgot to breathe. VIP Deborah. But I saw your heart emojis and I was like, let's breathe. Breathing in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go. I had a weird day yesterday. The day of the full moon, totally fine. The 12th, nothing strange happened. Yesterday, I spent 4 hours doing nothing. I mean, I have nothing to show for it. I wasn't frustrated. I was a little bit frustrated, but I spent 4 hours working on the back end of my website. I finally got all of my astrology reports out the door, which is very exciting. And so I have a little bit of time to work on other things inside of my business. And so I was working on the back end of my website and I had everything perfect. I was ready to hit the publish button. And then I realized that the way that I had created this kind of funnel on my site was totally wrong. Everything was wrong. Like the whole thing, it would not work the way I created it. So I was like, thank you VIP Deborah for the cute glasses. So then I was like, oh no, it was just annoying. And then I started thinking, okay, what's happening? Like, what's the deal here? First and foremost, I should have probably learned the software a little bit better before I started working with it. Intuitively, it doesn't go the way that I thought it would work, but also maybe I just had the wrong idea about the way it works in general. And I think that's more what it was. Like I just had a vision and the vision is not what it was. So that's okay, number one. But number two, because the full moon is in Leo and Leo starts my second and my third house, not only am I getting like a double whammy around like my gifts and my talents and my money and my self-worth and my ability to produce tangible things, but also my communication and my intellectual pursuits, like creating an entire website flow that doesn't work perhaps. I was like, And then I had a strange dreams last night. Do you guys ever have dreams where you're going up and down through elevators? I have a lot of dreams often where I'm switching levels in very interesting elevators. The dream I had last night, my partner and I were going to a bank. I have not gone inside a bank or to a bank in years. I just don't. Everything is electronic. But we were going to a bank and he was like really far ahead of me and I was like, wait for me. And we were climbing these really steep stairs inside of like a building. So it was like the inside basement of a building, or like there was no rooms. It was like for like tunnels for like staff to go through, for example. We were climbing these stairs really quickly, and then all of a sudden I got to this elevator, but the elevator was a tube, a plastic tube. So when you stood into it, it kind of sunk down around you. And then to get to the next floor, you kind of had to like crawl your way out because the floor wasn't flat. It was the strangest thing, and I was like, what is this? And I just had all these just odd dreams last night. So I feel like I'm just this morning like, what's happening? I did get my steps in. I will say I got 3,000 steps in. I talked to my sister on FaceTime. I talked to my sister-in-law. I texted my mom, and I bought my mom and my grandma flowers all before this show. So I feel accomplished, but I also feel like I've already had a whole day and I'm tired. So we're gonna chill today. We're gonna weigh it off. You fall off of swing high-rise buildings. I'm like, maybe it has something to do, like the elevator thinks I'm constantly going to different levels. I don't know if it's like part of like transcending during my spirituality. I don't know if it's like, it could equate to like a feelings of unsteadiness on this earth, but that doesn't feel like it resonates with me. Like, I feel like I'm grounded. I feel good. So yeah, I don't know. It's just really strange. Let's see. Soulcraft Dave, thank you for the follow. Love listening to Enya at work. Oh, echoes in the rain. Yeah, Enya's great, huh? Anthony, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. I was still logging into YouTube. Sorry, that's okay. Lala says, you're so cute. Do I drink the full moon energy water? Like, in other words, do I charge water under the moon and then drink it? Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. You can. You absolutely can. I'm praying that this is a great year for Sagittarius. Last year was a struggle. I think any year can be a great year for any sign. This is my own personal view. Do the cosmos send us different energies? Yes, of course. Like I really got hit by that full moon energy. I was like, whoa, like this is so unlike me. And it, like, I told my partner, I was like, I didn't do anything today. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, for 4 hours I worked and nothing happened. Like And he was like, babe, it's okay. Like, you can have days like that. But you know, when you're a solopreneur or solo entrepreneur and you're building something out, you recognize the power of every minute. Really, truly, like you focus in, like I do anyway. I'm like, I know I have this many hours in each day and I'm focused. I'm building something. I'm building my personal legacy. I'm building my brand. And so when I have those days that are kind of a wash and I'm just like, but I will say I was in flow state for most of it, so I did reverse age myself. And I'll take that. Shay Shay's in the house. Good morning, Shay Shay. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. Maybe it means you're moving up to the next level. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, Tony. Maybe. Okay, so yesterday we were talking, good morning, who else is what? Okay, VIPW, you're on YouTube. Thanks for being there on YouTube with me. So yesterday we were talking a little bit about Catherine Ponder. And people kind of equate Catherine Ponder to a Joseph Murphy kind of style, both kind of from the same time period where they're looking at, and Florence Scovel Shinn as well, they're looking at Bible excerpts and traditional kind of Christian teachings, and then they're turning kind of into a more energetic spiritual vibe. So, I don't know much about Catherine Ponder. I've only listened to now 2 of her kind of videos. And today, you guys, I think I got into maybe 10 minutes. So yesterday, I think I got into like 5 minutes of it. Today, I only got into 10 minutes. So it's going to be kind of a short conversation today. I'm really looking at you guys to kind of interact in the comments and ask questions and engage with me a little bit more. By the way, I'm getting graded on my engagement in the comments below. I'm getting graded on how many heart me's I get each time I go live. So heart me's are welcomed, gifts are always welcomed, and engagement is very much welcomed because TikTok is making us work extra hard for our money nowadays, which is fine. I don't mind a little challenge, right? I absolutely don't. So we were talking yesterday and we ended the show around conformity. Thank you, Lala, for the heart puff and VIPW for the roses, Shay Shay for the team bracelet. We were talking yesterday, we ended the show with a very quick intuition check, right? We were asking ourselves, is it better to conform and potentially miss out on fulfillment of your heart's desires, but avoid ridicule and potential ostracization from society, potential being judged, criticized, made fun of, whatever? Or is it better to, one second, the sun is just perfectly kind of hurting my eyes. Or is it better to not conform, chase your dreams, who cares what anybody else has to say, and keep living your life? And most of you chose the second one, which was, I would rather not conform, I would rather live my life. And I think that's super powerful, and it makes sense because you're hanging out with me, and that's what I've decided to do for my life. If I was still conforming, I would still be working a corporate job I didn't like. I would still be, you know, working hard for my money, which I don't want to say I really work that hard. I'm enjoying what I do, so it doesn't feel like work. I would still, I would probably still live in like a very small town, a little bit fearful of the world, rather than have been a world traveler at this point and like all those things. So I decided not to conform to my family's standards, or not their standards, but to like my family programming, right? And personally, I think like from a familial perspective, I'm not a parent, but if I was a parent, I would want my kid to like really excel. Like whatever I taught them, but then like bigger than me, better than me in whatever way you want to judge it. Not that we're judging it, but you know, like go to the next level from a family perspective, because that's helping the next generation to go up and up and up and up and up, right? That's the way I see it. So most of you said you were going to conform, or not conform. And then I asked the question, are you, if you're ready to not conform, are you doing it? Because you say you want to not conform. You say you want to follow your heart. So I asked, are you following it or not? And so most of you, well, it was kind of a mixed bag of yes and no. And then from there I said, well, if the answer is no, I'm not following it, then ask your higher self, what is it that I need to get over? What fear do I need to face so I can erase it, right? We erase our fears by facing them. And every time we face them, we become more confident. And then all of a sudden the fear no longer exists. Right? So I was afraid when I first started going on to TikTok Live. I was like, what am I going to say? How am I going to present myself? Blah, 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 blah. And now to me, it's like second nature and it's so much fun. And in fact, on Monday mornings, I'm so amped up because I end the show on Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays, we take a break from each other. And then Mondays, I can't wait to be back live. Right? And so it becomes a natural kind of thing. I have programmed my subconscious to be a live TikToker. That's it. Right? Quite easy. Jamie, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. I was laughing so hard when new TikTok rules said no more lives of you sleeping. Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even know people do that. Bex, thank you for the ice cream cone. Thank you for that, you guys. I appreciate your help with all that. We're almost into League C5. I think we can make it. I think throw caution to the wind. Try something new. See what happens. I'm that person. Yeah, same, Amber. I'm like, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hello, Jamie says. Well, hello. I like to see what happens because I have decided that, oh, somebody else to follow me. Goddess Pocahontas, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. I like that name. I am a let's see what happens type of person too, because I have decided that I am like a combination of a researcher and a scientist and an adventurer and an explorer. That's how I view my time here on this earth. The more I learn about all of the past lives we've had, potentially thousands of past lives, the more it gives me this confidence to say, if I'm gonna come back, likely, then why not just be like, have an enjoyable life now? And that means going for it. There's a reason you have something in your heart. There is a reason that I desire to help millions of people in this lifetime. My higher self knows I can do it, which is why I'm constantly being nudged to do it, right? And so what is hanging out in your heart? And if it's hanging out there, then put yourself out there to go do it. You are the explorer of your own life. You are the experimenter. I'm doing experiments on my life all the time. I'm in the middle of one now. You guys, I decided to watch that experiment that I was talking about from the beginning of January. I restarted it at the end of January, so we have another week to go. We have another week to go with the experiment I'm running now, and then I'll give you the results. But I think I'll probably keep running it. I want to see, I kind of want to see about the results. But I am experimenting all the time in my life in many different ways. So allow yourself to be an experimenter, because if you don't, how are you going to really get out of the comfort zone? How are you going to actually evolve if you're not trying something new, right? Shay says, Lindsay, I'm fearful that I manifest what I dream of, and I think more about the dream than reality. I feel a weird connection to you. I'm an adventurer. Well, Amber, welcome to the chat. That happens often. People come hang out and we vibe energetically, and people are like, you're saying what I needed to hear or whatever. So enjoy the connection, right? I'm glad you're here. Katie Burt, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. How can I get from surviving to thriving? Goddess Pocahontas. Thank you for the follow, Amber, by the way. Goddess Pocahontas, and Shay, I'll get to your comment in 1 second. You learn your energy. Because if you think about it, your superpowers in this lifetime are your intuition, your imagination, your faith, your focus, your awareness. So a lot of you that are listening are already aware. You're aware that you're something more than just this physical body. Because you wouldn't be here. You would think that I'm talking some crazy stuff on the internet. You wouldn't be hanging out with me. So give yourselves credit, because you're already aware. Now, you're aware maybe a little bit of your energy, or maybe you're aware a lot of your energy. Do you have your entire birth chart? Do you know what you're energetically inclined to do? Do you know where you are energetically inclined to perhaps be scattered, or your normal potential is to be daydreamy, like Shay says, I'm dreaming and I'm dreaming, right? What is your natural inclination? And if your natural, by the way, and if your natural inclination is hindering your manifesting power, that's an awareness around, how can I create a routine or a structure around my natural inclination so that I either reel it in or I focus it or whatever it needs to be so I can actually manifest, right? So I would say get your birth chart done. If it's not by me, then go get a reading by somebody. I write reports. In my mind, I think you can pay for over 50 pages of a report from me that you can look back on every single moment of your life if that's what you decide to do, versus sitting down for a 1 hour reading with somebody that you might not even get recorded. I don't know. I prefer a report. I write them. So rather than charging you $500 for a 1 hour reading, you get a full 50 plus pages for $3.99 of a report. If that interests you, I would say the next step after you know your natural energy, the blueprint, which is your astrology, human design, whatever really resonates with you, the next step would be to start to heal your chakra system, or in tandem. You can do it, right? In tandem. So starting with the root, healing the energy of the root, feeling safe and secure as a physical, spiritual being on this planet, and then going up to the sacral, understanding how you create, where your passions lie. Do you have a zest for life? I have a natural zest for life. Like, I am a positive person, and it's rare. Like, yesterday was just such an off day for me that I was like, what happened? Like, I guess once in a while we need those off days to remind ourselves of all the best days, right? So it was just like a strange day. But overall, naturally, I look outside and I'm like, look at the sky. It was so beautiful last night. It's such a beautiful sunset last night. And I'll be like, look at how green the grass is. Like, that's like my zest. I'm like, whoa, like we're here. Like, I'm here in this lifetime. I look like this. I get to do this. I get to wear a bathrobe all day long if I want. I get to talk to people with my pink sunglasses on if I want. Like, this is awesome. This is awesome. So tap in, right? And then you go to the solar plexus, which is your confidence. This is where you start to become very confident, empowered, and you grow and you expand, not outwardly physically, but from an energetic perspective, right? And then it goes and goes and goes. So chakra system is next. And I would do it in tandem. Learn who you are, understand your natural inclinations. Some of them are going to be good. Like naturally, I'm very in tune. Now that's powerful for me because I came to this planet to help you become in tune, right? And so if I'm naturally that, I can teach that to you. So that's a good thing that I have that's natural about me. Now I would say there's some things like I have a lot of wild planets in my 6th house, which makes my day-to-day routine a little squirrely sometimes. So that could be something that might hinder me. So I have to reel it in. Lindsay, create a morning structure for yourself. Create a system for your videos, create a system to go online, create a system to, work on your astrology reports. So I have to create more systems around my day-to-day life because my energy can get a little, ooh, right? Not only is my 6th house ruled by Sagittarius, but I've got Neptune there. So it's very like, let's go big, let's dream all day, like Shay Shay says. So it's things like that, right? Just understanding yourself. All right, Shay Shay, let's get to your question. You say I'm dreaming and you're scared of it coming true. Not all dreams are going to come true, but we will receive messages in our dreams. So maybe whatever it is, you don't take it so literally, but you can try to see if there's a message that's coming through. Sometimes dreams are just silly stuff, you guys. It's not every dream is going to be so like profound. I actually had a really strange dream last night too that you just reminded me of, and I'm going to text my mom about it and see because it was really weird. But sometimes people do kind of prophesize in their dreams. I don't know what to say, Shay Shay. I would say tap into your intuition and ground yourself, right? Ground yourself. Drink a lot of water. Spend time in nature if you can. I know it's cold right now in Michigan. Maybe, just step outside and just breathe some fresh air a couple of times over. Kristen, Elevated Vintage, thank you for the follow. Welcome back to the chat. We get what we put out to this world. It's the law of attraction. Yes, like attracts like. Law of karma, I would say you get what you give, right? Law of karma is what you send out, you receive back. But same, but similar. Goddess says, I'm all over the place. I need to find balance. If you want to find balance, join the Cosmic Collective. It is a beautiful membership. I call it a spiritual community, but I think it's more than that. I don't know, you guys. Cosmic Collective members, what would you call it? It's like a camaraderie at this point. You get monthly spiritual lessons from me. You get monthly group energy healing from me. And sometimes it's group energy healing, sometimes it's Akashic Record journeys. It's kind of whatever the vibe is of the group for that month. You get 2 spiritual chats with me, Q&A style live on Zoom each month. And you get access to a daily Discord. And inside the Discord, everyone has become friends. People are supporting each other. They're providing guidance for experiences that they've had the other person might be going through. People really are transforming their lives inside of this group. I call it a spiritual community, but I don't know. Maybe it needs to be something else. Labels are challenging, right? Because the second that you label something, it constricts it. But inside, I do help you reprogram your subconscious mind. Karen, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Good morning, Iris. Thanks for being here again. I love life, but I feel like someone is messing with my energy. Goddess, nobody can mess with your energy besides you. You are the boss of your energy, so learn how to shield your energy every single day. Amber, all people have an intuition, but yes, I agree. Gotta have not so great days to learn to appreciate more. Yeah, exactly, Bex, yeah. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing the live. Tony. Oh, not dream like sleeping, daydream. I guess why are you nervous about it coming true? Because to me, daydreams are like something that you're fantasizing that's good. So can you help me understand more then, Shay Shay? Can you help me understand more? Because I'm kind of confused now. Amber says, I grew up hoping to travel the world as a little girl. I ended up manifesting the world coming to me. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. Can we have a tab in Discord for dreams? It's a family. I love that, Bex. Yeah, I can put a tab in for dreams. XE or Z or G, I'm not sure. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Start over. Okay, thank you, Shay Shay. Start over. Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm good at manifesting. It scares me how much? Why? Why? Why does it scare you? You're meant to be a master manifester. Every single one of you listening is by the way, not just you listening, the whole world, all of humanity is meant to be a master manifester. But remember, you live in your reality. You're the only one. So I don't know why it scares you. Can you help me understand why it scares you? VIP Deborah says it's the best club I've ever been in, and it's furthering my understanding of so many things. Thank you for that, VIP Deborah. Thank you for that. Yeah, the Cosmic Collective is a place to be. I've been a stylist for 30 years. I have a deep connection with thousands of people. Oh, wow, Amber. Yeah, I believe that. It's okay. I'm scared. Why? I want it and can manifest it, but scared to be successful. Okay, there we go. That's helpful to understand. You're scared to be seen as successful. You're not afraid to be successful. Anyone that says I'm afraid of failure or I'm afraid of success, good morning, Sarah, on TikTok or YouTube. Anyone who says I'm afraid to fail or I'm afraid to succeed, ultimately the underlying fear is to be seen as failure or to be seen as successful. But why? Why? Who are you afraid of? Like, why are you afraid to be seen? Remember, you guys, you can be wildly successful and private at the same time, so you can be both. And if it's like a fear of like the people that you're hanging out with around you that they might judge you, then I would say choose new people. I don't know, right? So I would just want to understand, why are you afraid to be seen? Fear of success, Lindsay. Fear to be seen, Shay Shay. Fear to be seen as successful. Yeah, you can be wildly private, mama. Exactly, mommy shiny hiney. You can be successful and private at the same time. Yep. Danielle says, I'm a mess. I don't know what to do. I've lost the will to live my job. I've been bedridden for 3 months. I'm in hell. Breathe, Danielle, breathe. Sometimes what happens, we were talking about this yesterday, first and foremost, every single one of you is here and meant to be here. You're valuable because you exist. You're worthy and deserving because you're here on this earth. Your energy is so special that it would not be the same otherwise. Earth, this world, this collective of all humans, all animals, it would not be the same without your energies. That's how special you are. So you're absolutely meant to be here. We need to rest sometimes, right? So allow yourself the rest. Allow your body, no guilt around rest, no shaming around rest. We all need rest, and there does not need to be a reason why we need to rest, right? We've been programmed to believe that we have to have a reason that we're tired. But maybe you're just freaking tired. Let it be, right? Let it be that you're tired and allow yourself to truly rest. Now remember, this is such a long ago conversation, but there's many stages of resting. First, we truly have to just like let our bodies and our minds calm down. And then we can kind of go into like, okay, we'll watch some TV and let the mind kind of re-engage. But there's stages to resting. And by the way, the higher self, the subconscious mind, will put us into states of rest if we have not been listening to ourselves long enough. We talked about that yesterday. If you have a cold, why do you have a cold? Well, likely people get a cold because they've been exhausting themselves. And they know they're exhausted, but they haven't stopped to take a rest. And so the body says, okay, well, I'm gonna make you rest. The higher self says, I'm gonna make you rest. I'm gonna give you a cold. So you have to lie down in bed for a little bit and just chill, right? So allow yourself the rest that you need, all of you listening, not just Danielle, but allow yourself the rest that you need. And let it be what it is, it's okay. We all go through ebbs and flows in life. We all have highs, we all go down. But every day it'll get better and better, and we can have some gratitude. The sun is shining for me. I get to rest. I can be in my bed today, and it's okay. Tomorrow the sun will come out again for me. Every day or thereafter, the sun is going to keep shining for me. Okay, you're here for a reason. And by the way, through the learnings that I'm studying right now, the reason that every single one of us is here is to help one another, right? To help one another in some capacity. And it doesn't have to be that you're a teacher. You can help people through, I mean, anything really, right? Any experience. I think our biggest catalysts, our biggest kind of emotionally charged experiences that are challenges that we could describe as that was a challenging time in my life, and then we come out of them. I think those moments are what we become experts at. I've experienced this and I know exactly how you feel. And now here I am. So I know that if you can do it, or if I can do it, so can you. This is what I did to get out of it, right? Or this is what I did to help myself. Right, you guys, right? Shay says, you're right, thank you. Yeah, Shay, you got this. Allow yourself to be seen as successful. It's tricky at first, right? But if you practice, and you can be, by the way, you can also be, I don't know in what way that you are thinking about nervousness around success, Shay, but you don't have, like, once again, you don't have to tell everybody everything. Some people on the internet want to tell you everything. They want to tell you exactly what's in their bank account. They want to tell you what kind of car they drive. They want to tell you that they just went to Louis Vuitton yesterday. You know, they want to say everything. And that's okay, but you don't have to say everything. I tend to like not share a lot. I'm actually very private. My moon is in the 12th house in Cancer, you guys. It took like a gumption for me to come on out here and be like, this is what I'm doing. And some of my coaches back in the day, they would say, you have to share this and you have to tell people, so it's proof, it's proof, it's proof. And I said, well, yes and no. You can just show up every day as the same authentic version of yourself, which is what I try to do every day. And I think that's proof enough. I think it's proof enough, right? But I suppose if I was like, say, a business coach and I was like, I'll make you a millionaire, then maybe I would have to show how much money's in my bank account. But I'm telling you that I can take your life from surviving to thriving. And that means many things for many different people, right? So allow it to be what it will be, you guys. Let's not get down on ourselves for being tired. Let's not get down on ourselves for having a low moment. I always like to remind my clients, my friends, my people, anybody, you guys on the internet who are my friends, by the way, I like to say, you can have a sad day. Yesterday I had an off day. I was a little bit frustrated, I will admit. I didn't stay in that energy long, but I was just like, man, like why? I was just scoffing. I was like, And then I said, you know, I can have a frustrated moment, but I don't have to be a frustrated person. You can have a sad day, but you don't have to be a sad person, right? So allow yourself to process the emotions, because when we process them, what happens is we get to release them. But if we hold them and hold them and hold them and we don't let them out, then we don't ever get to release them. And that's kind of when we get stuck in these kind of lower spaces, right? So allow the processing, allow yourself to be pissed off. I had a conversation with somebody the other day. I said, you sound mad. So rather than fighting the madness and trying to stay in a certain vibration, let yourself be pissed. Part of spirituality is processing the emotions, right? We don't want to emotionally bypass, we just want to process. Damn it, I'm pissed today and I'm pissed about this. Okay, now that I'm done being pissed, I'm going to take a step back out of it and I'm going to say, let's look at this as neutrally as possible. Let's look at it as objectively as I can. Really take myself out of it. Where can I start to adjust? What is totally out of my control? If it's totally out of my control, I'm going to let it be what it'll be. It is what it is. And if it's in my control, I'm going to start to make small adjustments every single day so I can transcend into a new frequency. Okay? Does that resonate with you guys? Are you guys understanding? Wild German, you guys, this is how tired I am. I just said German instead of German Shepherds. I should read the whole thing first. Wild German Shepherds. I'm glad that you're here for this synchronicity. So confirmation that you're in the right place right now. Amber says, I'm private successful. I understand the fear, but it's been a struggle to put myself out there. You can be private successful, right? Yeah. All right, let me see what my VIPs are saying. VIP Deborah says, true, we went for a group dinner the other night and I told them something they never knew after 36 years. VIP Deborah says, that happened to me yesterday, 3 hours of working on paperwork and then I lost it before it saved. VIP Deborah, we must have been energetically connected. What the heck? Yes, thank you for the love on my robe. It's Missoni. Someday maybe they'll sponsor me. Maybe I'll have a whole closet full of Missoni. That would be nice. They have beautiful clothes at Missoni. So thank you for that. All right, so let's see. Everyone else is chatting. VIP Deborah, what did you share with them? Will you share it with us? Dare you? You don't have to, by the way. You can keep it private. I'm just curious now. Jill, welcome back to the chat. Danielle, thank you for the follow. Jay, thank you for the follow. Jill says, I'm so happy I found this page. Well, thanks for being here, Jill. I think you were here yesterday, if I remember. Tropical astrologer, buenos dias. What is your name? I think you've told me your name before. Can you say it again? Because I feel like your name is long on TikTok. And maybe I could just call you your name. Oh, okay, let's see. I'm caught up. Shay, are you feeling a little bit better? Danielle, how are you feeling? Beck says, Danielle, you took the first step by saying it out loud. What is happening now? Take steps 2, feel it. Yep, feel it. And like I tell my kids, Beck says, you can feel bad, acknowledge the feelings, but don't live there. Yep, you got it. Also, the universe is not in any rush. Why should you be? Yep, I know. And by the way, now that I'm learning all about thousands of past lives, you guys, I cannot wait to finish this work and like truly start helping people through hypnosis therapy. I cannot wait. I feel like it's probably going to be one of the fastest ways to really transform people's lives. Now I'm going to have to figure it out because I'm doing things online and I don't want any business anywhere. I don't want a building because I don't ever want to be anchored to a place. I am very like a person of the world and I want to be able to just go where I feel like going when I feel like going there. So to do in-person sessions is likely not going to happen unless at some point I get so known that I do like conferences. I guess that could be a thing. Or maybe like I could do like home visits where the person is kind of like a hypnosis party of sorts. That could be kind of fun. But I'm gonna have to figure it out on the internet. But either way, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I think it's just gonna be spectacular for people. And agree with you, Jay. The universe is not rushing, so. Amber says, I get it, it's raw exposure. All the women I have met in 30 years all have the same problems. Yeah, it's like the Dare to Be Brave, right? I think it's a Brene Brown book that I read way back in the day. Is it called Dare to Be Brave? It's basically like, it's like somebody needs to be the one to be vulnerable first, but it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable. And so it's this like cycle, right? It's just like fears. It's like, in order to delete your fear, you have to face it, but you're afraid to face it. So it's like, you kind of just got to Mel Robbins that crap, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, right? This is who I am. I had to do that with this. When I told when I started to talk about my spirituality, my family was like, Lindsay, what are you talking about? Like, just, like what? Like, okay, Lindsay. And sometimes I still get like, okay, Lindsay, but I don't mind. I'm living authentically, and it feels good for me. And I know who I can talk to really a lot about my spirituality, and I know who I might need to just, keep it a little more surface level. But it feels way better than trying to keep this part of me confined, because this is a lot of who I am. I'm a spiritual being, and I know that. I mean, I'm here to truly help you connect with your intuition. It is one of my jobs in this lifetime. So imagine if I hid that. How many people, I mean, just inside the Cosmic Collective alone, how many lives have changed? Right? And I'm not saying this from an ego perspective. I'm just saying, if I were to keep this in my heart and not use my voice and share my knowledge, the knowledge that I have experienced through my own personal experiences, through my own personal journey, how many people will miss out on maybe hearing something that I say, even if it's a short sentence that changes something in their mind to actually get them out of something, to get them unstuck. And I think, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be a waste? A waste of my own superpowers, by the way. Thanks for the shout out. VIP Deborah says, I want to be first that I dated Buff Hines from the Hines Ketchup family. Auto Buffalo. What? Oh my gosh, VIP Deborah. VIP Deborah, I feel like you are so cool. I feel like there's so many things you could tell us, and I just feel like you're so cool. Okay. All right, let's keep going with the show, you guys. I got so off track, but thank you for helping me, because we've been woo-weighing it up, which means the art of collaboration. And I really love when we get conversations going. Is everybody feeling okay in the chat? We'll keep going, because I have a couple of things to share before we jump over to VIP only conversation. Are we feeling good? Everybody? I'm getting lots of likes, so I'm hoping that means we're feeling good. Okay, so the conversation with Catherine Ponder, let's get back to that. She says, intuition is not concerned. Yes, Iris says, thank you. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Intuition is not concerned with, I'm just making sure we're good on YouTube as well. Yes, we're good. Intuition is not concerned with reason, because it is a faculty of the mind that does not explain. Natalie, thank you for the heart me. Welcome back to the chat. You were here yesterday, so thanks for being back. It is a faculty of the mind, and that does not explain. Okay? So remember, we talk about the subconscious. The reason you need to program your subconscious, you need to program your subconscious. There is a very serious reason you need to program your subconscious. Because from ages 0 to 7, and actually before the age of 0, before you were even a thought in your parents' mind, you were already being programmed. And then you were conceived and you were being programmed. And then you came out of the womb, came to life, and you were programmed. And from 0 to 7, as your chakras were forming in your body, your energetic body, you were being programmed. Root 1. How many chakras do you have? 7. From 0 to 7, you're programmed. So interesting, right? There's the similarities between all of the different ideas, between the science and the religion of it, okay? So you're being programmed. And 95% of your thoughts and your behaviors, 95% are governed by your subconscious mind. In other words, 95% of you is on autopilot based on the programming in your subconscious mind. That is why you need to take your power back and reprogram it. It's very important. Because otherwise, you're just out willy-nilly believing things that somebody programmed you to believe. Do you ever just hear something or you think something and then you're like, do I believe that? Sometimes that happens to me. I'm like, whose belief is that? Is it my belief or whose belief? Right? I was telling you guys yesterday, I got an astrology report for myself before I was an astrologer. And the person was like, you're meant to be a teacher in this lifetime. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not going to be a teacher. That's crazy. Because the programming I had for a teacher was somebody who got dressed every day and stood in front of children with a chalkboard. That was my idea of a teacher. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I really do not want to do that. But now here I am teaching you on TikTok. Totally, in my bathrobe. In the morning with my pink sunglasses if I feel like it. Drinking my coffee, hanging out, like I'm teaching, right? So the programming I had was a little wrong for my mind, for my energy. You got to program your mind. Terrifying because my daughter is 7 and for the first 3 years I was lost. That's okay, Ty. Release the idea that it's terrifying and start talking to her in a way that you'd want her to be programmed now. We can change our programming, right? All you have to do to change your programming is to stay consistent and repetitive. And you can say something to her like, little darling, whatever her name is, you're the type of girl who's so kind to other people, but you stick up for yourself. You're the type of girl, whatever the programming you want to give her. And then ask her, I don't know how old she is now, but say, does that resonate with you? Does that feel right for you? Give her an opportunity to program herself. The more aware of this we are with the kids at the younger ages, the more power you give the child right off the gate. And kids are super smart. They say babies are like wildly connected. They just don't have the communication to tell us that they're wildly connected, right? Yet here you are teaching all of us, VIP Dibber says, yeah, I know, right? Right? All right. Thank you for the Crystal Rose Natalie times 30. Oh my gosh, thank you for that. Ty, thank you for the follow. Thanks for being here. Okay, so she goes on to say, you guys, we're going to go until 10 o'clock today with this because I want to finish this conversation and then we'll start fresh on Monday. So VIPers, we're going to go 10 o'clock, switch over to VIP manifesting. So she says that the intuition is not concerned with reason. It's a faculty of the mind that does not explain. It points the way, leaving you free to let it guide you or ignore it, right? Because you have free will. So the intuition is there guiding you. We can call the intuition your higher self, your subconscious. We can call it God, Source, Universe, Creator. Call it what you want to call it, the higher power that is. It's guiding you and you have free will, so you get to decide, am I going to go with it or not? Now, if 95% of if we have free will, but 95% of us is on autopilot, what does that leave? That leaves 5% free will, realistically, right? Simple math. 100 minus 95. I have a math degree, so that's good. Because I'm still really tired. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to take a break after this today. So if only 5% of you actually really has free will, technically, then you better be coding that 95% to what it is you want in life. I'm the type of person who helps people feel better. I'm the type of person who, when I meet somebody, hopefully they leave feeling inspired. I'm the type of person who takes action every day towards my dreams and goals because I want to inspire others to do the same. I'm the type of person who will share my truth in confidence without worrying about what other people say about me. I'm the type of person who can care about everybody without caring about what they think about me. I'm the type of person who, you can go on and on and on. This is my programming. This is what I tell myself all the time. Like when I say all the time, you guys, on repeat, all day long, I am telling myself, and sometimes I'm speaking it out loud, depending on what I'm doing, what kind of work I'm doing. Yes, thank you for the follow. Thanks for being here. Tony says, love this. I had a very powerful conversation with my girls, kind of on the same lines. Very confirming for you, Tony. I love that. And I can listen again right as I hear something about kids. VIP Catherine says, nice confirmation there. Our astrologer says, oh my gosh, yes, this was me. I still fight with teacher, healer, helping thousands of people. Me. Who? Yeah, you know, I don't like to label myself either, because I feel like the second I label myself is the second that I put myself into like this like box. And I'm like, I'm not. I am a multifaceted, high vibrational, spiritual, creative being of the universe. Actually, creative, spiritual being of the universe. I tell myself this every single day too. I take a shower, I do my lymphatic drainage techniques, and after I'm done, I say, I am a multifaceted, high vibrational, creative, spiritual being of the universe, and I can do everything I want quickly, easily, effectively, and productively. I can quantum leap like that. That's what I do every single day. I even snap like that. And then I go on and I say more things, and I give myself positive affirmations all day. You have a voice. If you're not going to use it to share your truth with others, at least start sharing your truth with yourself so that you can program yourself, right, to be very authentic. Thank you for the roses. And that's on period. I know, right? It's like mic drop right there. I need a mic. You guys, I need like a little fake mic so I can just drop it in these chats. Okay. So she goes on to say that people of genius have the self-confidence and the faith in their intuition to follow it without reasoning it through, which is why they are considered people of genius. She said ordinary people, which you are not ordinary because you're hanging out with me and I'm not ordinary. She says ordinary people usually wait for proof and consequently flounder in the conflicts of intellectual questioning. In other words, most people have the intuition, they have the nudge come through, the idea, the inspiration, but they're like, I don't know, like, I'm just making this up. And then they wait for proof to show up, but the proof doesn't show up because the proof only shows up when you start taking action toward the intuition. The proof is like the guidance, the synchronicities, right? We said yesterday, my intuition is my number one sense, and my 5 physical senses are my helper senses. I follow my intuition, and my helper senses, my 5 senses that help me, they give me signs and clues that I'm on the right path when I follow my intuition. So you have to follow the intuition first to get the proof. Well, ordinary people, they wait for the proof that's never going to come. And then they start floundering in the conflicts of their intellectual questioning. Is this real? Am I making this up? How many times when you first start on your journey, you're like, am I making this up? You'll preface something by saying, this is going to sound crazy, but this is going to sound crazy, but I just have this urge inside of me to just go do this thing. And I know it sounds crazy. And how many times are you going to tell somebody, I know it sounds crazy, but I just, like, that's your intellectual reasoning, right? And you start to fight with yourself. Is it my heart that's guiding me, or is it my ego? Who's talking to me? Do I need to go to the doctor? What's going to happen if I go? I shouldn't go to the doctor. Can I tell anybody about this? Right? Those are the conversations that start happening. And now all of a sudden, boom, you're an ordinary person because you've been waiting, and in the waiting, you've talked yourself right out of it. You've talked yourself right out of the most powerful, wise, supportive, encouraging, loving guidance. Crazy, right? Now that really is crazy. Thank you, Jamie, for the heart glasses. This is so cute. I vibe with those glasses. Yes, yes, yes. Divinely Serene Murray, thank you. My name is, oh boy. Canacia. That is an awesome freaking name. Canacia. Am I saying it right? Canacia. Hard name. Canacia. Those are adorable first ones I sent so far. Thank you, Jamie, for them. Yes, Canacia! That is an awesome name. Okay, I'm going to try to remember it. My brain, girl. I'm going to try my hardest. Okay, so then let's finish the show. We've got 1 minute left. I'll talk quickly. And I'm going to go right through it. I don't want to get sidetracked. They say that intuition comes in inner ways and outer ways, just like I said, right? You hear the idea, you have an inspiration, that's your inner way. And then your outer way is, as I take the inspiration, as I take the action toward it, the outer way is, oop, here's a little synchronicity through a word somebody says. Or here's a synchronicity because Lindsay's talking on TikTok and I'm drawn to this live, and then she says something I need to hear, confirmation. Like that, like it's coming in a book, it's coming on TV, it's multiple words that you're hearing over and over. It's the same song on the radio every time you get in the car, whatever it is, okay? And it will come if you allow it to do so. There are yes and no phases of intuition. Thank you for the finger hearts, Canacia. I appreciate that. There are yes and no phases of intuition. They say yes comes very gently and subtly, and it's so subtle that you might disregard it at first. And the yes phase won't try to convince you of anything, but it will keep nudging at you and tapping at your mind until you become aware of it. You know, do you ever get that feeling where it's like, I just feel like if I, like, for me, one of them is like, I should write a book. Like, I know at some point I need to just sit down and start writing. I've ignored it for many years because in my mind, to write a book seems very daunting, but I know that's my own limiting belief. I know that everything I do is easy, so if I were to just sit down and start it, it would just flow naturally. But I just have never taken the time to do it. But I know I will have a book. I will be a published author someday. I just know. Do you have those feelings? Anyone else? Maybe it's not a book. Maybe it's something else. Okay, so that's like the yes. It's like it's going to keep tapping and tapping until you start going at it. Maybe I'll start writing today. Today might be a good day. If I can figure out my website and just do one thing on my website, then my reward will be that I sit down and write my book. How about that? I'm saying it to you guys, so I have to do it because I stand in my integrity. I'm a person of my word. They say that no is often more pronounced and it will be there for years. Says no comes through inner feelings of restlessness, discomfort, or discontent. No seems louder and it gives you an uncomfortable feeling that you can't shake off until you follow its guidance. Now, I wonder about no sometimes, right? Because you could say, well, I'm really afraid of this. Like Shay Shay says, I'm really afraid of success. And I'm like, that's just your higher self saying, girl, you know you're about to be successful and you just got to step into that frequency. So I don't know about the no one so much. This is Catherine Ponder, by the way. This isn't my thoughts on it. I don't know about the no so much. Now, I think no, like if you know you're in a situation, say you're in the wrong relationship, you know, most people know they're in a wrong relationship for a long time. But they just don't take action on it. They're afraid to get out of it. They're worried they're too old. Nobody's going to love them again. They'll never find another person. There's all these reasons. But most people, I think, like when I think about a relationship, you know. Or a job, like you know. Like if I were to think back and if I was really listening to my intuition back when I was working in fashion, I should have known I was in the wrong field. As much as I loved fashion and my job, I hated going to work every day. I gained a ton of weight. I was like self-soothing through eating, which is very Cancerian energy, right? So it was like, I should have known. I was like, it was just not right. It was misaligned. So no is going to be loud. Soft might be, yes might be soft. Do it, Jamie says. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Well, I have to now because I told you guys. Lindsay on a Friday, girl, what are you doing? But it's Valentine's Day. I think that's a nice sweet treat to myself. It's a sweet treat. That sounds like a very powerful name. I know, Canacia, it does. It's like, that's an empowered name. Yeah, I love that. My parents named me Lindsay. For a long time, I was like, Lindsay. I like a 3-syllable name, personally. Canacia. I like the 3 syllables. Canacia. Lindsay. But my mom told me that I must be a powerful woman in my lifetime because I'm named after Lindsay Wagner, who was the bionic woman, and you guys know the story. And so they named me her because they thought I would be very empowered and powerful and like a strong soul. So I said, okay, I'll keep Lindsay. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. It's my vibration. It's my energy. Okay, VIP Deborah says, I stand in my integrity that what I'm needing to do, I'll get done and do. Yeah, same. Me too, VIP Deborah. Today's the day. Yes. It's like, can I see it? And I say, yes, I can. Wait, huh? And here you are, Miss Lindsay. Thank you for that, VIP Deborah. Divinely Serene Marie says, any insight on dealing with family that seem to want to keep you in that no energy? Yep, boundaries. Boundaries, right? We all come into lives with different lessons. And each life has many different lessons, unless you're in a resting life, which means you're meant to just rest in this lifetime because you just got done with something wild and crazy, or you're preparing yourself for the next big lesson. And so if you, Jenna, welcome, Jenna. I've been thinking about you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. You don't have to share with me if you don't want to, but I've been thinking about you. I feel like I'm frowning. I don't know, you guys. I feel like I need to go back to sleep. Oh, tired girl. Oh, I see. Can I see it? I got it. Okay. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you're intuitively connected for sure. You're here. You're here doing the dang thing. So boundaries are really important. So, and you have to think, there is like, imprinting that happens. So especially from family, because you grew up with your family. Most people grew up with their family, or what they call their family, or people in the same, like around them often as they grow up. So when I go back home to my family, instantly there is an energetic kind of comfort zone that we fall into. It's called imprinting. My brother views me a certain way from when I lived with him when I was 0 to 18 or 16 years old. He went off to college, I was still there. So he views me from that 0 to 16. My sister and I have a different imprinting because we lived together all of our lives until I went off to college and she was 16. We're all 2 years apart or so, a year and a half to 2. And then her and I lived together in our 20s, in our early 20s in California. So we have kind of more of an adult relationship and imprinting versus a high school adolescent imprinting. Now, my parents also have an adolescent imprinting, right? Because I stayed with them until I was 18 and then I moved and I never lived with them again. Technically, we lived with my mom for like a summer, but other than that, right? And so when did the imprinting really end? When did the relationship where it was like close contact end? Because whatever that time frame is, when you go back, that's the imprinting. And so it takes two people. It takes you to say, I'm not that person anymore, so stop viewing me that way. But also you to recognize, like, you can't control how other people view you. You can just only show up consistently as a new version of you until people realize, like, oh, okay, I guess she's not. Like, when I was younger, I was bratty. With a capital B, you guys, like super bratty. And I'll own that. Like, when I was little, I was bratty and I'll take it. Like, hello, I have red hair. What did you expect? But as I grow up, I'm like, okay, like I'm a much calmer version of myself, right? But sometimes they are like, oh yeah, bratty Lindsay. And I'm like, I'm not, but I'm like, but you guys, that was literally years ago. Like, years ago. Can you let me out of that box? But it's not my job to have anybody else decide how they're going to judge me or perceive me. It's only my job to show up consistently as the version of myself that I want to present. And as I do that, maybe they change their perception, or maybe they don't. Maybe their mind is closed to who I am, and that's okay too. Because I can care about every single human on this earth without caring about what a single person thinks of me. That is a superpower. Because it takes you out of fear and you just start living your life. I really do. I care about all of you, but if someone was to say, oh, that Lindsay girl on the internet, she's crazy and she's this and that, I would say, okay. But then they would say, no, she's brilliant and she taught me XYZ. And I would also say, okay. And I would say, I think she should not even be allowed to talk on the internet. And I would say, okay. Okay. That's your choice. That's your perception. And okay, it's okay. I hope that helps. That's on them, not on you. Yep. Breeze, thank you for sharing the live. Yes. Divinely Serene. Marie says, I'm doing good. My dad is doing better. Ah, that is so good to hear, Jenna. Oh my gosh. That makes me so happy. When I saw your note, I was like, oh geez. That's really great. I'm glad he's feeling better, doing better. All right. Let's go, you guys. Let's, so for those of you that, thank you for this reassurance. You guys got it. All of you that are listening, you got it. You know, stand in your energy. Allow yourselves to have the off day. I had an off day yesterday. It hasn't, I mean, I'm high vibe today. I said, okay, that was yesterday. Today's a new day. Today's a new choice, a new energy. And you guys know, now that I know what I know from yesterday, which I learned a lot in my struggle, now I'm going to be able to get this done real fast, right? And when I get it done, my treat to myself is I'm going to start automatic writing for the rest of the day. I'm going to see how long I can automatic write for. See what comes out. Maybe I get 5 pages in a book. 20 pages. I don't know. I type very quickly. Imagine, I can type like 3 pages in automatic writing in 10 minutes. So if I sat down for an hour, 6, I could get almost 20 pages. If I was connected and tapped in, right? That's pretty good. 20 pages of a whole book. Now, of course, you have to edit it and publish it and all those things, but that's later, right? Just step 1 is to write. So for those that are VIPs, let's switch over now to VIP only live. We're going to manifest and get on the energetic wave together. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Thanks for hanging out with me. 12.2 thousand likes and all the gifts. I really appreciate all of you. I really do. I'm proud of you all for listening. I'm proud of you for not just listening, but after we leave this show, implementing something you learned, like standing in your authenticity, sharing your truth, showing up fearless and brave, whatever it is, right? So thanks for being here. Make sure to hit the follow button. I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss me live on Monday through Friday because you have a boss that's telling you to work or something, I don't know, you can always watch my live replays on YouTube at I am Lindsay with Love. And if you go over to YouTube and you check out my live replays or my recorded replays, could you please just hit the subscribe button? I'm really hoping to build out that platform as well because I think I'll reach a whole different audience there. And I'm building out some more like long form content as well, which is exciting. Have a great day, you guys. I will see all of you. Have a wonderful day. Yes, VIP Deborah says to Sarah, have a great day. I'll see you guys on Monday morning, and I'll be posting over the weekend as well. So have a great day. Be your best selves. You guys got this. All right, let's go, VIPs. Goodbye to my TikTokers. I'm going to stop streaming now. Have a great day.